It's the spring of 1980 in northwest China. Archaeologists are surveying the edge of the Taklamakan Desert. It is one of the driest places on the entire planet. A recent sandstorm has stripped away the upper sand. In a shallow grave, something pale begins to show. They lean closer, and a human face stares back. The skin is brown and leathery, but completely intact. Long eyelashes still rest above her closed eyes. Her features are tall, narrow, and unmistakably European. Yet she has lain here for almost 4,000 years. She looks less dead than deeply, quietly asleep. Today we trace who she was and how she survived, how her body lasted 4 millennia in the sand, and the genetic mystery that her bones finally revealed. The Taklamakan is a basin ringed by towering peaks. Its name is said to mean the place of no return. Summers here scorch, and winters freeze the ground solid. Rain almost never falls across this dead expanse. The sand is salty, sterile, and almost free of bacteria. Nothing rots quickly in air this brutally dry. Bodies buried here do not decay. They desiccate. Moisture is pulled from the flesh within days. The skin tightens and darkens, but holds its shape. Hair, nails, and lashes all survive almost untouched. It is natural mummification, with no embalming at all. No tombs, no pyramids, just the desert doing the work. The climate is the only undertaker out here. This particular woman becomes known as the Beauty of Lulan. She was found near the dried lakebed of Lop Nur. Radiocarbon dating places her around 1800 BC. She stood roughly 5 feet 3 inches tall. She was perhaps 40 years old when she died. Her hair is light brown, streaked with faded red. It is tied back and tucked beneath a felt cap. A single goose feather is tucked into that cap. Her face carries soft tattoo-like markings near the eyes. She was wrapped in clothing made entirely of wool. Around her lies a coarse but finely spun cloak. Her feet are covered in soft leather ankle boots. Other graves nearby yield even stranger garments. Men were buried in trousers woven from dyed thread. The cloth shows a checked, plaid-like weave. It looks startlingly like Celtic tartan from Europe. The dyes are red, blue, brown, and warm yellow. This weaving style has no local Chinese origin. Its closest cousins lie thousands of miles to the west. Sheep wool, not silk, kept these people warm. Their weavers already mastered complex twill. The beauty of Lulan is far from alone out here. Across the basin, hundreds of mummies lie buried. Some rest in the eerie cemetery of Xiao. That site bristles with strange wooden posts. Boat-shaped coffins are tipped upside down in the sand. Each coffin is sealed beneath layers of cowhide. Hundreds of carved poles stand over the graves. Some are shaped like oars, others like human figures. Among the buried are tiny, perfectly preserved infants. One baby is wrapped in wool and capped in blue. Small stones cover the infant's closed eyes. A nursing bottle of animal horn lies beside it. Whole families seem buried together in the dunes. Grain and small baskets are tucked beside the dead. Further east lies a tall man called the Shurchen Man. He stood well over 6 feet in life. His hair is brown and bound with a yellow cord. His face is painted with bold yellow spirals. He wears bright red and purple woolen leggings. 10 different hats were buried alongside him. His skin is so intact you can see fine wrinkles. These are not the faces of ancient Han Chinese. They have round eyes and high, narrow noses. Some have blonde hair, others deep auburn shades. Their bones are long, their builds tall and lean. They look like people from the far western steppe, yet they were buried in the heart of China. How did Europeans reach this remote basin so early? Centuries later, this basin becomes the Silk Road. Caravans of camels cross it carrying silk and jade. Lost oasis cities once thrived along its routes. Lulan itself was once a bustling trading post. But these mummies predate the Silk Road by ages. They lived long before any trade routes opened. So their arrival here remains a genuine puzzle. Early scholars argued bitterly over their origins. Some claimed they were wandering Indo-European herders. Others tied them to the ancient Tocharian language. That tongue was European in its deepest roots. It was once spoken right here in this basin. Their wheat and sheep also came from the west. Even their wagons echoed distant European designs. The discoveries quickly grew politically sensitive. Western faces in ancient China unsettled many. For years, the mummies were quietly downplayed. Access to study them was tightly restricted. The deeper truth waited inside their cells. Decades later, scientists finally sequenced their DNA. Tiny bone samples were drilled in sterile labs. Powder was extracted under glowing cleanroom lights. Genetic code was teased from 4,000-year-old cells. Researchers braced for a clear European signature. Instead, the results overturned every theory. The mummies were not migrants from Europe at all. Their DNA carried no recent Western ancestry. They descended from a far older, vanished people. These were the ancient North Eurasians, a ghost population from the last ice age. They had been isolated here for thousands of years, genetically alone, mixing with almost no one. Their Western look was inherited, not imported. They simply kept the features of a lost world. Their nearest living relatives are scattered and faint. Their bloodline survived only here, in the sand. So how did such a people survive out here? They clustered along a few life-giving oases. Melting mountain snow fed their narrow rivers. They herded sheep, goats, and a few cattle. They farmed wheat and millet in thin oasis soil. Strangely, they buried cheese upon the chests of their dead. That kefir cheese is the oldest ever found. They knew dairy long before the wider region did. Their graves brim with telling, careful offerings. Bundles of ephedra twigs lie tucked among them. That plant is a stimulant used in old rituals. Carved wooden masks guard some of the dead. Phallic and female symbols mark fertility beliefs. Sunlight, life, and rebirth ran through their faith. Forensics reveal hard, demanding lives in the basin. Many bones show the wear of constant heavy labor. Their teeth are ground down from gritty bread. Some skulls bear the marks of old healed wounds. Lung tissue is clogged with fine desert dust. The sand they lived in slowly filled their bodies. Children's small graves outnumber the adults here. Across the basin, the dead number in the hundreds. Some sites hold layers of burials stacked for centuries. Generation after generation laid here in the dry sand. Each was preserved by the same merciless climate. A culture vanished, but its people stayed behind. Today, the most famous mummies rest in museum cases. Many lie in the Xinjiang Museum in Urumqi. Climate control now guards what the desert preserved. Visitors press close to the ancient glass. Behind it, the beauty of Lulan still rests. Her lashes are intact, her cap still in place. Her woolen cloak lies folded near her body. Scientists keep drawing new secrets from her cells. Each study refines the story of who she was. But the central wonder never truly fades. A European-looking woman, native to a Chinese desert, belonging to a people the world had forgotten. She lay 4,000 years beneath the dunes. A sandstorm in 1980 lifted the veil of sand and revealed a face that looked merely asleep. Now she waits behind glass, eyes gently closed, still looking after 4,000 years, asleep.